I'm Tiny, I'm a rapper, and creativity is everything to me. Art has allowed me to share my story with the world and has helped me understand all my different sides. And this is Extraordinary Portraits, where I bring people with inspiring stories.
And it completely turned my life around. I felt like a completely different person.
It was the first time that I felt comfortable enough to speak about who I am.
And teamed them up with some of the most talented artists in the UK.
No, that's cool, do that.
To create a series of one-off portraits that reflects modern-day Britain in all its glory.
Yes!
She's an absolute boss.
Portraits have always shown us the heroes of history and who has the power or the money to end up on a gallery wall. I want to find the new heroes to hang on our walls. This is looking really good. I'm excited to introduce my sitters to the artists I've chosen to create their extraordinary portraits.
Oh my goodness me.
Wow.
Made me go a bit emotional.
Thank you.
My heartbeat is quite fast.
Oh, it's beautiful.
My portrait subject today has come from Cornwall. 24-year-old Charlotte has cerebral palsy and autism. Bullied at school and once afraid to leave the house, she's now an adaptive surfer. I've invited her to meet an artist I feel is perfect to create her portrait.
I'm a bit nervous about getting my portrait done because I do have a few self-confidence problems. But I think that once I see this portrait, it might help me believe in myself a bit more and realise that I can be confident.
To take this on, I've matched Charlotte with Bella Kotak. We all need an escape from reality sometimes, and Bella is the perfect person to take us on her fairy tale fantasy, which is how she describes her work. Inspired by nature, she wants her portraits to show that there's magic in the everyday and beauty in every face. Bella is a fine art, fashion, and portrait photographer, inspired by fairy tales and nature, making her the ideal artist to tell this story. She's meeting her portrait subject for the first time today. Hey, Bella.
Hiya.
How are you today?
Good, thank you.
Welcome, welcome. Have a seat. Where are you coming from today, B?
I'm coming from Oxford.
Oxford?
Yeah.
Nice, nice. So when did you discover your love of art? And more importantly, when did you discover that you yourself were an artist?
Oh gosh, so I've always loved art. Like ever since I was little. Like I think my first crush was probably like Ariel from Little Mermaid, and all I would do is just draw her.
You know what, that was my first crush.
I know, it's the red hair, man. It's the red hair.
Was it
and
the red
tail.
hair, or was it the fact that she was kind of like a mythical creature?
Yeah,
like
I think it was all
half
of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I sort of discovered art really like through Disney, I would say. And then as I got older, I was always like trying to find my own sort of like way of expressing. So I'd be drawings, sculpting. Eventually discovered photography.
Nice.
And that sort of like clicked.
So how would you personally describe your style of photography then?
I would say it's very fairy tale fantasy driven and inspired, but it's also very empowering, floral, feminine, colorful, dark, magical, I think.
Yeah, so you create all of these incredible characters, you know, almost fantasy-like. Where does your inspiration come from?
I've never felt beautiful. I've never felt traditionally accepted version of whatever beauty that media tells us is acceptable.
Yeah.
And that's what I try to capture with the work that I do. We create our own version of beauty.
Definitely.
And through that, I feel like that's an empowering statement in itself.
What would you be looking to get out of the person that's going to be sitting for you?
I'm really excited to work with somebody who is open to stepping into the space that I will create for them, somebody that I can have fun with and play with. I've been trying really hard to cultivate. It's a space where anybody can step in, and anybody can be the hero of their own story.
So Bella, without further ado, I'd love to bring out your sitter. I think based on everything you said, they're going to be a perfect match. So Let's see what you think. All right. Hey, Charlotte, how's it going?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, good, really good. Where did you come from today?
I came all the way from Cornwall.
All the way from Cornwall?
Yes.
Are you excited to get your portrait done?
I don't know quite what to expect, but I'm very excited about it.
Do you want to come and meet them?
Definitely.
All right, let's do it. Come on, then. Charlotte,
Hi,
Charlotte,
nice to meet
Bella.
you.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Have a seat. This sofa is all yours. I thought that this would be an amazing link-up because, Charlotte, you found a passion quite recently which changed your life, which is surfing. And Bella, you know, you found a passion at some stage in your life which changed the course of your life, which was art and photography.
Yeah. Oh, it's really nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So tell me a little bit more about surfing. How did you get into that?
I got into surfing when I was younger through a charity called the Wave Project,
Yeah.
which helps young people with disabilities learn how to surf.
I think that sounds wonderful. Have you loved it since the moment you started doing it, or is it something that you grew to love?
I used to have a phobia of water,
Really?
and I used to refuse to leave the house because I was scared of everything. When I was born, I had a bit of a challenging birth, and I was born with cerebral palsy. It affects my left arm and both my legs, so I basically just walk like a T-Rex. And I also have high-functioning autism, which affects my social skills and my ability to communicate with the world around me.
How was school for you then? What was that like?
School was probably the worst years of my life. Growing up surrounded by teenagers and being different in a community where everyone wants to be the same, it was very difficult, and I did get bullied a lot for being different. The bullying wasn't just mental, it was physical as well. So because I walked differently, people used to trip me up on purpose and
Sorry.
do lots of horrible things like that. So school was really hard for me, and that meant that when I went home in the evenings, I just wanted to be alone in my room. So I was very isolated after school. I didn't have any friends, I didn't have any hobbies, I didn't have anyone to talk to, and I got very, very depressed quite quickly.
I'm sorry to hear that.
When I started school in England when I was 12,
Yeah,
they were the worst years of my life.
yeah.
Yeah, I hated it.
And how did you get through school?
Art. I was always, I was painting a lot and drawing a lot. I just went into my own little bubble.
How did you go from having a fear of water to a love for it, and how long did that take?
We were just starting a cafe in Penryn, and Mum said, "I've referred you to surf therapy." And I laughed at her. I said, "This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. How can you put me, who's scared of the water, and scared of people and scared of everything, on a surfboard and expect it to work?" And she said, "Trust me, mums are always right."
They are.
And she was right. On the 4th session, I went from hating the water to feeling really connected with the ocean, and started opening up about things to the volunteers. And it's on the 4th session it completely turned my life around, and within an hour I felt like a completely different person.
Incredible.
That's wonderful.
Wow.
I'm so happy you found it. So how do you feel now that you're in the water?
When I'm in the water, I feel like I can leave all my worries on the beach and just paddle out and be free. The water makes me feel safe. Like, if you're on land, there's no physical barrier between you and people.
Yeah.
But when you're in the water's kind of like a physical barrier between you and the other people. The water's like a blanket. It makes me feel safe and secure.
I love that.
So I went from hating the water to learning to swim, then learning to surf. I then thought, well, I love surfing and I love the ocean. So I enrolled on a college course to study marine biology. And they let me do my GCSEs at the same time. And my school teachers said I'd never get a good grade in maths or science or English, but I got A's.
Incredible, wow.
And
Congrats.
passed my college course and then went on to university, and now I'm doing my master's degree. So I've just proved them wrong.
Yeah, wow. That's incredible.
Thank you.
So from adaptive surfing to actually going to compete, how did that happen?
We were just walking down the road and we saw some tents on the beach. We went to have a look and it turned out it was an adaptive competition for surfers with disabilities. And Mum was like, well, why don't you just enter it? So I entered the competition and ended up coming first out of the ladies.
What?
And 4th overall.
Is it?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Incredible.
Thank you.
Congrats.
It was meant to be.
It seems like you've got a lot to thank Mum for as well,
Yeah.
because She really seems like a driving force.
Without my mum, I would have never started surfing
That is
or competing.
amazing.
But yeah, then the team manager said, we're going to the World Championships in 8 weeks' time. Would you like to join us and represent England? And I said yes, and ended up coming second in that as well.
Wow.
I love how you defy and
Yeah.
who doubts you.
Most definitely. That's what I was going to say. I can see like a quiet inner confidence.
I think I do.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think you do. Yeah.
I don't know how much you know, but I'm a photographer.
Okay.
And I take very fairy tale, fantasy sort of inspired photography. How would you like to be represented? I would love to hear your thoughts on that.
I'd like to be represented as being different. When I was younger, it used to be important for me to be equal to everyone else.
Yeah.
But as I've grown up, I've realised that being different and being myself and being unique is very important.
Yeah.
All right, well, without further ado, you guys take care and I'll catch you guys soon. All right, take care.
Bye.
Toodles.
I love her. 100% love her. I think she's great. Very inspiring young woman. When I was hearing about some of her struggles, it really made me think about what I went through growing up and feeling a bit like an outsider. I think that really whittles away at your self-confidence. So I've been working hard to get mine back, and I'm really excited to sort of help her nurture her confidence too.
So I wasn't sure what to expect. I just felt really comfortable and I felt at ease. She's really, really lovely. And I would love to see myself in one of the worlds that she creates because it's an escapism.
What an incredible conversation. Both women have undergone hardships in their life that they had to overcome, and feelings of kind of insecurity and a lack of self-confidence. And so I think they're kind of united with this ideology, and hopefully we might see some of this in the overall portrait. Let's see what happens. Bella uses her studio in Oxfordshire to create the props and accessories for her fantastical pictures.
I just like to have bits around me that I can just sort of grab and mix and match. A lot of my photos actually, they're just shot in the park or they're shot on the side of a road if there's a really good bush. So this is a lay-by photo. That's in a local park. I was up a tree, something that people pass by without really looking twice at. If I can make a magical world in that space, it just feels really good. Photography always started out as a space to escape. This sense of play and wonder and make-believe is something that we all, I think, will connect with on a childhood level. To know that that past self is still alive and thriving within you, even though, time and age gets us all. Should go something like, fingers crossed, that's the start of it. So you can see how it's shaping up now.
Bella wants to see Charlotte in her world. There's some ideas of how she should compose the image that will become her portrait.
Oh, I love it. Oh, here we go. Yes!
Charlotte surfs at a club in Newquay and trains up to 3 times a week, all year round.
Well done, she's going up. I love the wild of nature, because that's something that's really quite uncontrollable. We try our best to control it, but the nature of nature is to be wild. That's what's very attractive to me. So for Charlotte, her nature is the water, the sea, the ocean. And for me, it's the trees and the flowers and the earth. And I'm on the edge of her world. I want to bring her to the edge of my world. She's a badass. She's an absolute boss. I 100% want to do my very best to celebrate her. You did so good. I'm so pleased you found something that you could get literally immersed in.
Yeah.
I definitely get very immersed in my little world. Yeah. It was really a joy to watch you and yours. Yes, home is wherever your mum is.
Yeah, home's where the family is.
Yes, that's what I think so too.
Bella wants to meet Charlotte's mum, the woman who gave a girl frightened of water the courage to try surfing.
Hello.
And later become the UK champion in adaptive surfing.
I used to be a school teacher before I got into psychology.
Yeah.
And I taught at Charlotte's school.
Right.
And every break time and every lunchtime, she'd come to me crying because she was bullied at school. So I used to leave at the end of school day. I didn't hang around just to take her out. And we used to go down to Polseth Beach, didn't we? And then she used to go and run in the water and let off the steam. And then I started researching how the sea can help her, like, to cope, because she really wasn't coping. And then found out about surfing and surf therapy, and then took her to the Wave project. That was how it all happened, and I guess the rest is history. Because in the adaptive surf community, there's mental health, there's autism, there's ADHD, there's physical disabilities, blindness, but everybody is on a level playing field. And so it's the first time in Charlotte's life that she's felt equal. But if she doesn't go in for like a week, she loses her zest for life. So I do call her my mermaid, because she needs to be in the water.
I can't always access the ocean because it takes 2.5 hours for me on the bus. When I can't get to the ocean, I go to Mum's garden to help me calm down and process things.
So maybe we could do something that brings together those two worlds.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. Yeah.
So your mum's garden and then your water.
Yeah.
And there could be something there that we can play
streamy, rivery.
Yeah. So Charlotte, I'd love to hear more about what you were looking for from our portrait together.
After looking at all your work, I quite like the fantasy side of it, but I'd like it to represent who I am as a person at the same time.
Yeah. I think we're going to create a really beautiful portrait together.
As a mum, I'm always telling Charlotte that she's beautiful, but she doesn't see what I see.
Yeah.
And so I think out of all her achievements, this portrait is probably the most meaningful, because you're going to show her what I see.
Yeah. And what we see, what other people see.
Yeah.
I got a really good sense of who she is after today. Like, seeing her in her element in the water, then coming home and then seeing her in her haven that her mum's created.
Bella's chosen Wisley Gardens in Surrey for the shoot, where she hopes to combine Charlotte's love of nature and water.
So today we are going to be turning Charlotte into a mermaid, sort of water nymph creature. And I've been making things and collecting things that I think would transform her. Watching Charlotte in her own element, I felt that she was really tough to weather that environment, because the water's cold, the winds are intense, and you really have to have a certain kind of inner grit to show up every day or whenever she does to surf and really pursue her passion. So that really made me think a lot about a hard and delicate. So for me, the pearls represent the heart of nature. And then for the bubbles, that's the delicacy of nature as well, and the delicacy that's within all of us.
This shoot is way out of Charlotte's comfort zone, so Bella has done some research on autism to ensure Charlotte is comfortable.
Hi, Bella.
Oh, hiya! So actually what I wanted to do first is show you the dresses, and then you can pick whichever one that you connect with most.
I'm immediately drawn to the middle one, the silver one with all the bubbles on.
Yeah.
I think it's quite glamorous, and obviously the bubbles remind me of the sea.
Yeah, 100%, I agree with you. I haven't decided if we're going to leave your natural hair or if I'm going to put a wig on you.
I think the only thing I'd be concerned about is sometimes I get a bit claustrophobic.
Okay.
It's like a sensory thing to do with autism.
Would you be more comfortable if we just did with your natural hair?
Probably, that's okay.
Yeah, okay, then let's just do that then.
Okay.
I think it's always important for us to have at least one thing that we like about our looks. So why don't I pick something that I like about you, and you pick something that you like about me? What do you think?
That sounds brilliant.
I really like your eyes. Gorgeous eye colour.
I think you've got a contagious smile. It lights up the room.
Thank you, Charlotte. That's really nice.
So I don't normally even let people hug me, let alone go near me. So obviously, over the last few weeks, I've got to know Bella, and now I'm comfortable around her, so it's fine.
So here's a mirror. What do you think?
Oh, wow, that's very cool. It looks like I've just been swept under a wave. I like it.
All right, so let's get you into that dress.
I've come to check out how it's going and offer a little bit of assistance on the shoot. Wow. I'm seeing the magic happen live. How are you, girls?
Good, thank you.
How are you, Charlotte? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Good. You look very lovely today.
Oh, she looks fantastic.
Are you feeling like a mermaid?
I feel like a mermaid. It's been a lot of hours preparing for it, so
Yeah?
I feel ready.
You've got this, Charlotte. You look beautiful.
I cannot wait to show you where we're going to be shooting Charlotte. So you're just in time. Let's go.
All right, lead the way, guys.
This is it.
Whoa! I know this park well, and it's the perfect spot. The flowing waterfall and rock garden capture the mix of nature and dramatic scene. This is beautiful.
So this is going to be your backdrop. So I thought I would have you sort of sitting here. And then Tiny, I thought perhaps you could help me.
Happy to be your assistant anytime.
Thank you very much. That works really nicely. Do you feel comfortable?
So what's that then, Bella?
So these are a couple of things that I made.
Yeah.
This is a pearl fish. So
Hey,
Tiny, if you can hold this for me.
Of course I can, yeah. So what is this then exactly? Because I'm guessing it's meant to look invisible.
This is an experiment, yeah.
Yeah.
So we're just going to wrap this around Charlotte.
Oh, okay. All right.
As if she's like made of bubbles.
Ooh.
Like the bubbles from the sea.
This is fun.
Isn't it?
Right, so we're going to follow your
I think we are.
route.
Thank you.
Yeah. That is amazing. You are a creative genius. Why did you pick this rock pool specifically?
So when it comes to shooting on a location, it's quite difficult to find a spot that works on like in layers. So this particular location has the backdrop, and then it's got the next layer, which is the second waterfall here. That comes here into the rocks where Charlotte's going to be in. So in the photo, she's embedded in the scene already from the rock formations and the layers.
Wow, okay,
Yeah.
very clever. Wow. I know you can't see yourself right now, but this is looking really good.
I didn't really have a clue of what to expect, but now that I'm here, it's kind of better than I expected.
So would you say that, you guys have hit it off? There's a little friendship there now?
I think so.
Yeah?
100%. 1, 2, 3. Amazing. Oh, you look so good.
Can I see?
Ooh. Doesn't she look a vision?
This is looking nice.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. And let's have one against your face. Beautiful. Oh, lovely.
She's used to being in a kind of closed environment with her people, and she's taking photos in front of everyone in an amazing mermaid outfit. So this is a big, big deal, and I'm really proud of her, man. It's great to see her coming out of her shell.
You can't always tell what she's thinking and feeling, but because I've managed to bond with her, I could really sense some of those emotions that she might be feeling coming through. Somehow I'm like buzzing. I can't wait to get started on and see what I captured with Charlotte today. 1, 2, 3. Amazing. Oh, you look so good.
Can I see?
Doesn't she look a vision?
This is looking nice.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. And let's have one against your face. Beautiful. Oh,
She's used to being in a kind of closed environment with her people, and she's taking photos in front of everyone in an amazing mermaid outfit. So this is a big, big deal, and I'm really proud of her. It's great to see her coming out of her shell.
You can't always tell what she's thinking and feeling, but because I've managed to bond with her, I can really sense some of those emotions that she might be feeling coming through. Somehow I'm like buzzing. I can't wait to get started on and see what I captured with Charlotte today.
6 weeks after meeting Bella, Charlotte is back to see her portrait for the first time. So it's a big day, Bells. How are you feeling?
Yeah, really excited.
Good. Even though I'm not the artist, I feel like I was somewhat involved
You were
in the
involved.
process. I can't wait to see how our creation, I'm joking.
It is our creation.
Going around this way then, yeah?
Thank you.
There we go.
Yeah.
Charlotte has brought Mum Tanya and friends Charlie and Ava for the big reveal. So Bella, Charlotte and her family are in the vicinity. How are you feeling?
Super excited. I cannot wait for her to see this piece. She's the
so
sweetest person, and it was such an honor to shoot her, and I really hope I've done her justice. I've never presented a piece of work to my subject in a form like this.
And their judging family.
And their family.
All right, well, this feels like the perfect time.
Okay.
All right, let's bring them out. Hello, everyone. Good to see you again, Charlotte.
Yeah, you too.
So who do we have here today then? Do you want to introduce me to everyone, Charlotte?
This is my mum, Tanya. This is Charlie, family friend.
Hi, how you doing?
This is Ava, also a family friend.
Hey, Ava, you're right. So has Charlotte ever done anything like this before?
No, never. She's ordinarily very shy. Won't have a picture taken, even in competitions when she's kind of won them.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Well, are you ready?
I am ready.
Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Charlotte, most importantly, are you ready?
I'm not too sure. I'm really ready, but it's kind of exciting, but nerve-wracking at the same time.
Okay, shall we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Blimey.
Wow.
Really well. That is amazing.
That is incredible.
Making me go a bit emotional now. Made me go a bit emotional.
Oh, Charlotte is so nice. She looks so lovely.
Oh, Charlotte. I'm sorry, I never get emotional. It's just...
You look beautiful, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I look good in that photo, and I never think I look good in photos. It's just a very special moment, and I just love it. And I was really worried that I wouldn't like it because I don't like many photos of myself, but I love it.
You're very welcome.
Tan, how do you feel?
I feel a bit emotional. She cries, I cry. You know, it's a mum-daughter thing.
She's
but
triggered you now.
It's the facial expression that's got me. It's her like natural facial expression, isn't it? She's not smiling or she's not trying to do a camera pose. She's just being Charlotte. You know, like when a mum watches your child, like, when they don't know you're watching, you manage to get that.
Yeah, I look like I'm really, really focusing on something and completely lost in the moment as well at the same time. I see it's me, but it also looks like some sort of magical creature.
It takes you aback a little bit.
Every time I look at it, I get goosebumps. I think there's something about it that's so peaceful and calm when I look at that picture, and it's just absolutely stunning.
One of the things I noticed about you is that you are like the water. On the surface, you don't show a lot of emotions. You never really know what's happening.
Yeah.
But under the surface, there's all sorts of wonder and mystery and life and everything. And so I wanted to capture that sort of quality that you have about you. Yeah.
I think you've captured that beautifully.
I know you said that you wanted to see a portrait of yourself, you know, to help with your confidence and things like that. Does this image do that for you?
Just by being here for a few minutes and looking at myself, it's really uplifted me inside. It's like before I was just feeling like normal, and now I feel really, excuse the pun, bubbly and happy, and I feel I should believe in myself a bit more, so you've given me the chance to believe in myself.
I'm really proud of Charlotte because to do something like this is probably really challenging for her because she's the feature and the centre of attention, and so it's probably one of her biggest achievements.
Yeah, I'm very proud of myself. I think my biggest battles are the ones inside, the ones I don't show anyone, and confidence is one of my biggest battles, so I've defeated this one and the outcome is beautiful, so thank you, Bella.
You're very welcome.
Bella and I will give you a minute.
Thank you.
What a moment that was. That was so lovely to see. What was so magical about this particular portrait is it was through the eyes of Bella, but Charlotte's mum, Tanya, looked at Charlotte just to say, this is exactly the way I see you and this is the way I've always seen you. So, yeah, I mean, hats off to Bella. What an incredible portrait.
Details of organisations offering information and support are available at the BBC Action Line website.